Good morning. In our group today, we're going to be speaking about the various roles in the Cedar Rapids case. I'm Heather Boynton, and I'm the meeting organizer and the attorney for the family. Evie Figueroa will be the parent and the superintendent, and Alyssa Grove will be the hearing officer and the attorney for the school district.
All right, so I'm the hearing officer, and I would like us to start off from hearing the case that the parents of Garrett bring to us.
So I'm the parent in this case, and so we're just looking for a nurse, not we're not looking for a doctor full-time to be with my son. We're just looking for a nurse that knows what they're doing, that is certified in CPR, knows how to take care of his respirator, and knows how to plug it in and make sure he is safe. So pretty much to make sure he's okay and knows how to deal with him, but it doesn't have to be a doctor. And we just need someone with medical training to take care of our son, and pretty much it.
Thank you very much for telling us about your needs. Now we're going to hear from the counter argument from the superintendent.
Superintendent? Okay, so I'll be making. So some of the facts that I'm gonna say are that Garrett is a student at Cedar Rapids Community School District, is in a wheelchair, bound and ventilator dependent, and requires assistance during the school day. The school district believes it was not financially responsible for or legally obligated to provide one-on-one care for Garrett to be able to attend school. The Supreme Court relied on a previous case to support their decision, Living Independent Schools District versus Tatro, something like that. The court ruled that wait, give me a sec. So yeah, I'm pretty much started to say that. And then some issues with schools. Should schools that receive federal funding under the Individuals with Disability Education Act have to pay for one-on-one nursing assistance for disabled students? Okay.
Thank you very much. To start off the legal part of it, we're going to hear from the attorney for the family of Garrett. And so please plead your case and state the legal reasons why you are defending that side.
So as you're aware, Garrett's spinal column was severed in a motorcycle accident, and he's paralyzed from the neck down. But his mental capacities were not affected. He's able to speak, he's able to control his motorized wheelchair through the use of a puff and suck straw, and he can even operate a computer with a device that responds to head movements. He is currently a student, as you know, in the Cedar Rapids Community School District, and he attends regular classes in a typical school program. His academic success up to this point has been a total success. Garrett does depend on a ventilator for survival and subsequently needs a responsible individual with him at school to attend to his certain physical needs. His aunt has helped him with the past, but she's unable to do that in the school. We need the school to step up and help him just for the hours that he's at school. His family should not be required to provide these services for Garrett while he's attending school. Under both IDEA and the Iowa law, he is entitled to free and appropriate education under IDEA, and Garrett should be eligible for these services like the other 2,200 students in that district that have special needs. Many of the services Garrett needs are already provided to both the children with special needs, so we're not asking for a completely different regimen. We recognize that the law does not require the district to pay for medical costs, but if we really analyze the definition of, quote, related services, we'll find that Garrett meets the criteria set forth. Garrett cannot attend school unless the requested services are available during the school day. They are keeping him alive.
All right. Thank you very much. Now we are going to hear from the opposing side, the attorney for the school district. And that is also me. Okay, so I'm the attorney. I also want to touch on the definition of related services because I was reading through and my interpretation of that law was that if the service is medical and required nursing service, it does not provide additional guidance for medical services and is not and is also disconnected from both the I should have learned how to say that word, statutory text and regulations we upheld. And on a financial note, it costs way too much money to accommodate for Garrett and would take away some of the things that the other students would be able to do throughout the year. Hearing officer has a question for the attorney. So how much would providing basically a one-on-one nurse for Garrett cost? Okay, attorney for school board is answering. A one-on-one nurse for Garrett would cost between $15 and $40 per hour, which isn't much when you see it in that light, but when it becomes $100 to $200 a day, and then when you do that math even further, it comes to about $36,000 for 1 year. Then our staff is getting paid to watch over 30 kids or even more, like our school nurse who takes care of the whole school. To add another staff member who only cares for one student would be impractical for the flow of money that we have. Okay, so hearing officer has follow-up question. If Garrett were provided the specialty assistance needed to go to the school, would he still be able to go? Yes, he would be able to go to the school as long as he was able to find the nurse that he needs. Okay, hearing officer is going to make a decision on what should happen based on the facts that I've heard and the case in itself. I am choosing to favor of Garrett and Garrett's family, that the school does need to provide for his needs in any way that they can, and maybe look for finding a cheaper alternative to the nursing needs that need to be filled. Ask his teachers if they can help out, find a way to make it work financially, meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. No, after that, I was like, I'm not sure if I said all the things